Okay, so picture this. You found the most exclusive digital clubhouse in the entire world. But there's a catch. The first and only rule of this club is trust no one. So how in the world do you get through the door? This is the fundamental challenge of what's called a zero trust security model. See, older systems, they kind of build a big wall and just trust everyone who's already inside. This model, it throws that whole idea out the window. It starts with a simple, pretty radical idea: trust absolutely nothing and no one, ever. Today, we're going to break down how it actually pulls this off.
And that really is the central paradox, right? It's this classic chicken and egg problem. You need to have permission to even announce that you exist, but you don't exist in the system yet to get that permission. So how do you even begin? Well, as we're about to see, the solution is pretty fascinating.
So first things first, we really need to get our heads around the core philosophy driving this whole thing. Before we start following our new user on their little quest to get inside, let's look at the foundational rules of the club.
Right, so here's the most crucial part. The system's default setting is absolute total distrust. Every single action, every message you send, it's all considered suspicious until it's proven to be legitimate. Trust is never, ever just handed out. But, and this is key, there is one tiny, very carefully calculated exception to that rule, just to get the whole process started.
Before the system even bothers to look at what you're trying to do, every single message you send has to pass two non-negotiable cryptographic tests. Think of it like a bouncer checking your ID at the door. First, is the signature valid? Was this message signed with a secret private key that only the real owner has? And second, does the identity you're claiming match the signature? If the answer to either of those is no, you're not getting in. The message is just instantly thrown out, no questions asked.
Okay, so with those basic security checks in place, let's follow a brand new user. They're about to try and use their one-time only ticket to get inside this ultra-secure digital clubhouse. And here they are. Our main character for this story is a brand new Ethereum address. It's basically just a unique digital ID that the system has never, ever seen before. It has no history, no reputation. It is a complete and total stranger knocking at the door, and it only has one shot to introduce itself. The system gives this stranger exactly one move, and it's governed by three incredibly strict rules. First, the only thing they're allowed to do is write some data. Second, they can only write it to one single place, a new file or a node that's named after their own address. They can't touch or change anything else in the system. And third, this is a one-time deal. If a user node with their address already exists, that door is slammed shut permanently. Now, this is where you can really see the system's deep-seated distrust in action. Let's say our new user tries to get clever. They try to create their profile and set their own role to SuperAdmin, right? Try to give themselves all the power. Does the system fall for it? No way. It completely ignores what the user wants and instead forcefully assigns them the lowest possible role, guest. Any attempts to grab power is shut down before it can even start.
So our user made it. They're in. But they're not exactly in the VIP lounge. What's really happened is they've just been allowed into the lobby, and their access is about to get extremely limited.
Now that they're a guest, they can look around a bit. They can read public data, and importantly, they can sync with the network to get updates. This is crucial because it's how they'll find out if they ever get promoted. But that one-time ability to write data, it's gone, vanished. They can't write anything, they can't delete anything, they can't link things together. They are, for all intents and purposes, stuck in a read-only waiting room.
So that begs the question, how does a user get out of the lobby? How do they actually start doing things in this network? How do you earn more trust in a system that's specifically designed not to trust you? Well, the answer is promotion. The path forward is a really clear hierarchy, kind of like climbing a ladder of trust. Once you're promoted to a user, you can finally write and link data. Get promoted to manager, and you can do all that, plus publish. Make it to admin, and you can do everything the others can, plus you get the power to delete things. Each step up grants you new, very specific powers. But wait, this raises another question, doesn't it? Who is handing out these promotions? I mean, if a guest can't promote themselves, who holds all the keys? Well, let's meet the one entity that sits at the very, very top of this ladder. Meet the SuperAdmin. Now, this isn't a role you can earn your way into. This user's address is literally hard-coded into the system's DNA, into its configuration files. They are the foundational, the unshakable root of trust from which every other permission in the entire network flows. And while the SuperAdmin can do pretty much everything an admin can, they have one
Just one singular power that is completely unique to them. One special ability that makes them the true and only gatekeeper of this whole network.
And that power is assigning roles. That's it. This is the entire mechanism that builds the trust hierarchy. The SuperAdmin is the only one who can look at a new guest stuck in the lobby and decide, okay, I'm promoting you to user or manager or even admin, and in doing so, grant them all the new powers that come with that role.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and put all of these pieces together. We've seen how a new user gets in the door, how they're immediately contained, and how a whole hierarchy of trust is built from a single, hard-coded source of authority.
This table really shows you the entire model at a single glance. Look at that first row. The green check for Create Own User node is only there for brand new guest, one time. After that, they have no right access. Then, as you move to the right, from user to SuperAdmin, you can see how the permissions just stack up. And then look at that final row, Assign Roles. Only one green check mark, right under SuperAdmin. That's the whole system in a nutshell. I just love this quote from the source material because it sums up the philosophy perfectly. The system lets you sign the guest book just to prove you exist, but it immediately takes the pen away. You're allowed in the building, but you can't do anything else until someone who is already trusted explicitly vouches for you and gives you the pen back.
And that leaves us with a really interesting final thought. This entire incredibly robust security model is built on a foundation of complete and total distrust. It kind of proves that by trusting no one by default, you can actually create a clear, verifiable, and secure path to building a real hierarchy of trust. So it makes you wonder, in our digital world, is starting from zero the only way to really get it right?